The Fifth World. Expansion. Bjorn, Thomas, and Chan were digging a large, deep basin beside the river. Bjorn watched for a moment. Chan, where exactly are you digging? Thomas chuckled. Come on already. Get your legs wet. We need fish if possible. Then he called out to Lana. I'm sending Chan over to you. Take a net. It's healthier for your feet. Jana blushed. The pit ended up 1 bjorn deep, 3 wide, and 5 long. Groundwater naturally filled the basin. It remained connected to the river, but the opening was blocked with rocks and smaller stones. And how do we get the fish to spawn in there? Lana asked, making a symbolic table tennis stroke with her tail as if she were a fish. Chan jumped in dramatically like a team player delivering the winning shot into the basin. First, we need to plant river vegetation in there. Kiki is making spawning mats test mats. You'll place them disguised among the reeds in the river, Bjorn explained. Kiki arrived sweaty and covered in dirt. The goats have a... She stopped and looked at Katrin, troubled but carrying the slightest hint of a smile. You are getting a baby too. Like the goats. Instantly, Kiki covered her mouth. Katrin burst out laughing. Ah, that's why you look like that. And well, looks like it, she said before getting sick again. Then we'll need a baby basket bed. She immediately bounded away in dancing leaps to get started. After washing up in the river, she called out to Bjorn. Well, new daddy, now you have to think of names. He looked at her in surprise. Then everyone witnessed how a pale Northern European could turn bright red. That's a rapid sunburn. We need to be careful in the sun. Thomas shouted while laughing. Yet. Maybe I'll ask Sura if she still needs another stone wall design. Those pictures will last a very long time, Bjorn shot back. Oh, came the response. Lana quietly pulled Chan backward, signaling him to sneak away. They both laughed. We should build a baby bed for your baby too, Kiki teased. Lana's eyes widened in shock, and Chan took a deep breath. Oof. That one hit hard, Bjorn commented. Later that evening, Bjorn, Katrin, and Naomi sat around the fire discussing plans. Chan and Lana can't really work efficiently if they're within sight of each other, Bjorn said. Aha! I told you they have concentration problems while learning. Thomas too. Leah manages better, but Thomas. Katrin confirmed. She was the one running the daytime lessons. Sura and Kiki are making a plant calendar using star positions and smiley numbers. Well, the smileys look more like potato faces. For now, they're just recording observations. Later they want to transfer everything onto a perpetual calendar made of rotating clay discs. Sura's counting and mathematics skills have improved dramatically because of it, Katrin reported. Yes, and with Lana helping, they've made star chart discs. Last night during my watch, I tested them. You can actually navigate with them, Naomi explained. Bjorn took a deep breath and nodded. Should we give the kids a little fun? Naomi, feel like going on a night hike? Test the star discs? I'll stay here and keep watch with Katrin. The two nodded. A large bird landed on the roof and dug deeply into the covering of straw, moss, and branches. Bjorn, Thomas, and Chan checked whether anything needed repairing. It was Thomas's turn to climb onto the roof. Only a few sections needed to be adjusted, so Chan went off to gather replacement materials. Now Thomas faced a different kind of danger. As he straightened up to stretch and relax his back, Leah happened to walk below. The view from above made Thomas lose his balance. "Thomas! Careful!" Bjorn shouted. "Hold on!" At the same time, he deliberately stepped into Thomas's line of sight. Thomas managed to catch himself before falling. "Oh, by all the good spirits of the universe, have mercy on us men!" Bjorn cried. Leah stood frozen in place, completely shocked. After a while, Bjorn took the basket of field vegetables and the water hose from Leah, and Thomas finally climbed safely back down. "Take a break." "I'll handle it," Bjorn said. Then he added, "We'll have to start taking this into account." Kiki entered the house and announced, "Peep! Peep peep! Peep peep peep!" The number of peeps increased until there were 6 between pauses. Then she declared with a glowing smile, "6 chicks have hatched. Then you need to give the chicks and their mother fresh buttercup leaves, chopped very finely, along with crushed grain. Mix half a boiled egg into their food each day as well," Naomi instructed. Katrin nodded. "Keep the mother separated from the others together with her chicks, but make sure they can still see each other a little. That way they won't be as stressed by the pecking order at feeding time," Katrin added. Lana arrived shortly afterward, though she looked much less amused. She nodded at Kiki before returning to her previous expression. "So, Kiki's met's work. But, that stuff looks really slimy. I couldn't push it off. I ended up sinking the mets into the basin." "Ew." The others laughed. "Do you need new mats?" Kiki asked. "Let's wait about 3 weeks and see," Katrin suggested. "Okay. Then I'll just make one spare," Kiki replied. Katrin packed apple slices, carrot strips, and a dried fish fillet, wrapped in leaves, into a leather pouch. Naomi woke the teenagers during the night. "Kiki, Sura, Lana, grab your star discs. We're going to test them now." Lana took her spear. Sura and Naomi took their bows. Leah and Sarah brought their sling weapons. The boys carried slings and spears. Kiki had a throwing net and was therefore placed in the middle of the group. She was too kind-hearted to kill. She preferred catching whatever she could. Along the way, Lana revealed that she had also brought a net and stayed close to Chan. "We've been practicing, and we're pretty good at working together when catching fish now," Lana explained. "Yes, Bjorn, Katrin, and I have already noticed that. Your success rate with net fishing is better when Chan is, let's say, keeping an eye on you," Naomi confirmed. The discs were a success. Over a distance of 3 kilometers one way, they only had a deviation of 10 meters when returning to the house. "If we keep practicing, we can travel much greater distances with only small deviations like that," they confirmed to one another. Kiki sat in the grass and stared into the distance. "Do you want to be alone, or may someone sit with you?" Naomi asked. Kiki looked up in surprise. She shook her head and nodded at the same time. No. You can sit with me," Kiki finally ended the confusion. After a while, Kiki began speaking. "I'll stay alone. I mean, maybe there's still plenty of time. But..." Naomi looked at her. Kiki seemed genuinely sad. She took a deep breath and then revealed her hidden belly. Kiki stared with wide eyes but said nothing. After a while, Naomi spoke calmly. "The boys and Bjorn are a bit of a rarity in our species. I think we'll have to share them, so that everyone has something. And for survival." Kiki took a deep breath but remained silent. Then, after a while, she spoke. "But they don't even look Chan is completely focused on Lana, and Thomas on Leah. And ever since Thomas nearly slipped off the roof, he keeps looking at Leah's, you know. She hesitated. I mean, yeah, I heard Katrin say that Chan saw Lana completely soaked in leather clothes. That's just how it is at that age, right? Naomi sighed deeply. Oh, Kiki, you have no idea what those two are hiding. The moment you arrived carrying your kitten, you were already on their attention list. And after you came in covered in mud from catching chickens, or before you washed yourself in the river after the goat's baby was born. The real problem is that both of them see you, and both of them know it. Kiki looked confused. I was covered in dirt from the baby's birth. Naomi laughed with her mouth closed. We have our eye-catchers among them, and they have theirs among us. Not all of them are easy to understand. Can you understand that maybe you're not the only girl in this friendship relationship? I mean, there are 3 times as many girls as boys. Kiki took a deep breath. Did the Guardians on Old Earth ever fear dying out during battle or something? Kiki shrugged and then nodded. Naomi shrugged as well. I don't know. But I don't think Thomas and Chan are thinking about things like that yet. Naomi adjusted Kiki's dress slightly, and they returned to the settlement without Naomi hiding her belly anymore. After dinner, Bjorn, Katrin, and Naomi gathered the boys and girls together. We've decided to include you in smaller planning discussions so that you can listen and be heard. Based on experience, the limits of what is possible, and, well, our responsibility toward you, we will still make the final decisions, for now. But we want you to learn that all of us matter, and that it is better to speak openly with one another and understand each other. Each of you chose a task for yourselves. Well, except Thomas and Chan. Bjorn picked those 2 because construction work was necessary. Learn this as well. It will bring peace to your family, and if you continue it, to the settlement after we're gone. Katrin finished speaking. Then we have Kiki as settlement chief. Lana, Leah, and Sarah said almost in unison. Kiki looked shocked and pointed at herself. Bjorn returned from gathering materials and food with a very thoughtful expression on his face. Later that evening, when the teenagers were already asleep, he began speaking during the planning meeting. I found a tablet, deep inside a cave, buried in the earth. It looked like a mixture of marble and granite. Symbols were engraved on it. No. Maybe not engraved. More like the granite marble tablet had been cast with the symbols already inside it. It felt like a vibration, like a mental scream demanding not to be ignored. The first symbol was. This is episode 2. Take a quick look at episode 1 if you want to understand what is actually going on. And yes, if you want to find out what the tablet is all about, come back for episode 3. This was only the beginning.